Good evening and welcome to the Real Alumni of the Accelerator reunion. Y'all, I am so excited to welcome with me this evening some of the most amazing boss women who have been on a journey with me in the last cycle of my Branded and Booked Accelerator. And we just had such a good time this cycle. I was about to say this season. Y'all see, I am fully in like Real Housewives mode and scene. And so I wanted to bring them on because we had such a great time this cycle. But on top of that, they just had such an amazing journey. They had so many exciting breakthroughs that I wanted them to be able to come on here and share with you, because I feel like them sharing their story is going to help somebody that is watching this today. So without further ado, I want to invite on the ladies of cycle 3 of the Branded and Booked Accelerator. Here they are. Welcome, ladies.
Hi, Nikki.
Hey, y'all.
Hey,
Hello.
girls. What's going on?
Y'all see we are so extra. First of all, y'all look beautiful. You look gorgeous.
Thank you. As do you, honey. As do you.
Thank you. Thank you. We did a little something.
I was gonna say, I'm mad I missed the sparkle memo. Y'all know I like to shine.
I know. Well, you know. And y'all know I love the brights. So first of all, we have to give a quick shout out to Kelly. Kelly was supposed to be joining us this evening, but we have sick babies, and so she was not able to join us tonight. So first of all, Kelly, we are sending you all the healing vibes for Callan and for Kelly to get better. We wish you were here. We miss you.
Yes,
we love you.
Love.
So, ladies, first of all, how does it feel to be back together? To have the gang all back?
It feels amazing. I miss you, ladies.
I know I was about to say I miss you guys. Yeah. It's so weird not having our calls anymore.
Yeah, it is.
It really is weird. Yeah, I still have it in my calendar, so
mine too.
I need to take it off.
So before we get started, first of all, y'all, I want y'all to introduce yourselves because everybody does not know you. I know we have our names up. I'm gonna switch mine in just a moment, but go ahead. Let's start with Tasha. Let's start with you. I'll go by how I see you all on screen.
Okay, awesome. Well, good evening. My name is Tash, the business architect, and I'm the CEO of She Dreams Consulting. And we provide structure, setup, and digital support for small businesses, as well as help businesses with building business credit to run and fund their businesses.
Thank you very much. All right, let's go over to Ayana.
Hey guys, I am Ayana. I am the founder of Unboxing Agency. We're a digital marketing agency that specializes in content, email, and social media marketing.
And Miss Callista.
Hello, I'm Callista, your talent fairy godmother, and I make magic for small to mid-sized businesses to help them keep and connect with the best talent, and do that through talent consulting, training and development, and recruitment.
Perfect. Yay. Okay, so you guys came through the accelerator. First of all, raise your hand if it was your first time going through the accelerator. What about second time? And where's my OG in the group? Third time. Hey! All right, so let's go back a minute. Where were you? And some of y'all, Tasha, you and I just had this conversation.
Okay.
Like last week, but for the people who weren't the fly on the wall, I want to ask you guys, where were you before you started? Like where were you headspace wise? Like before you started this process?
We aired all the dirty laundry, Nikki. We tell all the dirty laundry.
We're just gonna go in and we're gonna spill all the tea. That's what you do in these, right?
All the tea, right?
All the tea.
You see, I took a drink, right?
Right. Hey, let me get mine together.
I
too.
know. I have mine too.
I was
So
gonna say, Nikki used to like to call me the Cheesecake Factory.
go ahead and tell.
So I'll
Go ahead and
start.
tell why.
I'll
Tell the
start.
business.
I'll kick it off since it was my first one. So I'll kick it off. So I would say definitely where I was and where I am now is completely different. I think a lot of times we don't think that just 12 weeks will really be able to, it seems like it's long, but then it also seems short at the same time. So I'm like, how am I going to be that far ahead? But I definitely developed a lot of tools and information about structuring content, like messaging to my clients, started thinking a lot more about how to position myself like financially as a business owner and where to position myself for the goals in my personal and business life. And I think that that also changed my outlook on just where I'm capable of going and being able to see that just implementing those little changes. Tash talked about the implementation part in our first session, but actually doing some things. And when you notice when you actually are implementing it on a consistent basis, you can see the difference. Obviously, things happen and life happens, and we all have busy lives and wear a lot of different hats. So sometimes you're not able to implement it during certain weeks, but just adjusting through that. So it definitely was impactful for me.
All right.
I'll go next since I'm a repeat offender. I'll go next.
Because what made you sign up for number 2?
Okay,
Well,
like
let's start with the first time.
okay, so the first
Where
time
were
I
you
was
in the
crying, but
beginning?
I was crying by the time we were ending our we was ending the meeting. She had to take the record button off. Like, okay, girl, all right, what's going on? Like, let's talk. So my very first conversation with Nikki was in November. So I had an appointment with Nikki, and I didn't do what she told me to do. And sis said, "Okay, well, we're not going to meet today. So you got to reschedule and book again." Okay, I was like, "Oh, she's serious." Like, okay, let me make sure I do my homework.
I was 2 minutes late and I had to reschedule.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Really? Oh, okay.
Look,
Yeah, that's probably right.
Ayana, and she's giving us the face like, really, sis will shut you down. Like, no, ma'am. She sent me a nice little email.
It was
my first email. I told you to do your homework and you didn't, so I'll see you next time if you decide to join. Yeah, I was like, okay, yeah, I need her. I need that structure in my life. And so when I finally got on in November, it was great. Did I think I was going to spend $10,500 with Nikki? No, ma'am. Like that was not. I was like, no, 10,000. What? I never purchased that much other than a car in my whole entire life. So I was like, no. But at the end of the conversation, I found the value in it. And then because the headspace I was in, I was a wreck personally, professionally. I was just all over the place. I was in a space where I came from doing everything for everyone else and not doing anything for myself. And so I found myself at a point where I'm like, okay, so Tasha, everybody around you is gone. What are you going to do for yourself? And I know I was good at a lot of things, but I needed to narrow it down to one specific thing. And after talking to Nikki, she made me realize, okay, Tasha, what is it that you want to do? She had me thinking and dreaming way out, not even a box, like out of this world. Like, what do you want in life? Like, what are your dreams? What are your aspirations? And I always thought about this for everybody else. So it always included everyone else, but it just didn't include only Tasha. And so she made me work. She made me think. Like she was like, yeah, you're gonna have to do this. Like she made me think really hard. I was like, Nikki, you want me to work? She's like, yeah, you gotta work. And it's so hard for me. It's hard to work on myself. She made me realize what my superpower was is motivation. I can motivate everyone else, but I couldn't motivate myself. And so she took the time and really concentrated on me. My first go around was concentrating on Tasha, and getting myself to a point where I valued myself, and she told me I was dope, and I ran with it. Like I just ran with the dopeness. And so it's just been life-changing, and I'll be forever grateful to you, Nikki.
Okay.
I was on mute. My turn. So first go round, yeah, y'all. Like my consultation call was like a minute and a half late. She was like, "Let's reschedule."
It was more than a minute. It was more than a minute and a half.
It was like 3 minutes. Well, and I had emailed her. I was like, "Hey, I'll be a few minutes late." She said, "Reschedule." So it wasn't even time yet. But through this accelerator, it's funny because, like I said, Nikki used to call me the Cheesecake Factory because I offered anything and everything in the space of digital marketing just because I could. And I also wanted to service everybody who couldn't afford the big agencies. And that just, I learned quick, fast, and in a hurry that was not my ministry. And I'm okay with that. Like there are people out there that is for, and that is not me. And just through this experience, before I'd be like, "Oh, should I say this is my price? Should I say this is my price? What's your budget? Like, let's work in that."
Mm-hmm.
And now it's take it or leave it. Like, this is what we're doing. I can refer you to someone else if this is not in your budget, but I don't have the time or capacity to serve you in that way. So it's like a different level of confidence, especially from like, I was about to say season 1. This is not.
See, okay, so I'm not the only one. Y'all, we are in
we should just name them season 1, season 2, and season 3. Let's just change the names, Nikki.
Right at this point, like so from season 1 to season 3, it's like I don't even have words for it.
I definitely can it's hearing you guys talk about where you were versus where you are now. Like I clearly remember where you were. But hearing it in your own words is like a whole nother thing. Cause like I kind of had it, like y'all know I got notes on where y'all like where y'all were.
Leave the receipts at home, Nikki. Leave the receipts.
I got all the receipts from where y'all were versus now, but to hear you guys recognize where you were versus where you are now is like giving me all the feels right now. So let me ask you this. What did you feel like you were struggling with at that point when we started? Because like I know you were talking a little bit about like I heard pricing in there, I heard confidence, but that was like when we talked, those weren't the things that y'all told me you were struggling with. Like what did you think you were struggling with?
I was struggling with everything. I'm gonna keep it real. I was struggling with everything. I had an idea in my head of what I wanted to do, and so like I provide structure for my clients now, but I didn't have any structure. I was kind of like flying by the seat of my pants. When a child charged $500 for my packages, and Nikki was like, "What? I don't service clients that want to do $500 for their packages. No, ma'am, I don't do that." I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Every time she says that, I'm like, did I really say
and
that?
Mine was less than that. So
I promise you.
Likewise, like
yeah. Sis shut me down. Like close the piano down. She shut me down. She was like, "No." And so you gave me a playbook. You gave me like, "Hey, this is what you need to do. And this is how you need to get started." And so that's what I did at the beginning. Like I didn't, but I did, that's why I'm a repeat offender. So look at her. Ayana, look at her face. Look at her face. I'm glad we're not in person. Right.
Yeah, look away.
Yeah. So that's why I'm a repeat offender, guys. Yeah, but I had to get my mental right before I can take on the tools and the content and everything Nikki had for you, because she is serious. Like this is like her baby. Like she's dead serious about it. And I wasn't at a mental capacity to take on what I thought I was ready. But when I really got started, I wasn't ready. So I had to mentally get myself prepared to be at the level that of clients that she serves, because that's where I know I can be. But you still have to be ready mentally before you can get there. And so my first season, it was just mentally preparing for my second season.
But here's the thing, though. Even though she says like the first season she wasn't mentally ready, like
she blew everybody's revenue numbers out the water.
Huh?
You killed it. Numbers out the water.
Yeah, no, I was hard on myself. I wasn't even counting that. I was just head down. I was just head down, just moving. Like Nikki literally had to tell me, like, Tasha, stop. Like, take a second and savor the moment. I was like, okay, all right. So what's next? What else I need to do? So yeah,
y'all, this is the chick that we would have our calls, and everybody's talking about like what their revenue was and what she was,
like,
what they were doing for the week.
500. Tasha coming out with like 20K.
Right. But wait, at first she wasn't even saying what she was selling. She was like, oh yeah, I didn't make any sales this week, or I didn't, because this chick wasn't counting all of her sales. She was like, oh, I wasn't counting that. I didn't think that counted. What?
Oh my God. Yeah. It was hard. Like I did a post in our community. It's hard to even talk about money, wrap your head around it. Nikki wants you to put your numbers on Facebook. Now I'm thinking people had to come rob me because they think I got $20,000. I was like, Nikki, we don't do this in Columbia, South Carolina. We don't do that. This is not what we do. She's like, yes, ma'am. We're not going to be afraid to talk about money. We're not going to do this. So when I said Nikki took me all the way out of my comfort zone, she took me all the way out of my comfort zone. But yeah. Love you.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. All right. So Tasha was struggling with everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anybody else?
I would say that I think Tasha, to your point, is struggling with kind of everything. That's kind of where I was at. I have ended up meeting with Nikki like a month before. Actually, we met like a couple weeks before I was about to do my photo shoot with my business, and I had a vision in mind for how I was going to do things. And so it really just helped me put in mind how my pricing and what I actually was going to do. Because I had like 7 services that I thought I was going to do. I thought I was going to do like resumes all the way down to like talent management for businesses. And Nikki was like, wait a minute, like, who are we targeting here? Like, this is a lot that you think that you're going to do. And so it was really helpful to narrow that down, because if I didn't have that, I know for sure I would not be in the position that I am right now with where I am in my business and who I'm actually servicing my products, and I don't have any products, but who I'm servicing my services to.
I was like, wait, when do we have
products? I don't have any products. Maybe soon you'll have like a talent fairy godmother candle or something, but I ain't there yet. But at the same time, I mean, I think that makes a huge difference, because I probably would have put a website out that had 7 different things, and I probably would have tried to do all those different things at the same time, with making sure that I was soliciting to corporations and businesses, and would have missed a lot of gaps, while at the same time overworking myself, because I'm trying to overwork myself to fill in the gaps for 4 different services or 5 different services that I don't even really need. So that was really helpful to me. But through this particular program, the execution of what that looked like in terms of packaging and how to actually leverage the ability of how you actually do a call with somebody, and having proposals kind of done ahead, and just different tactics when it comes to not only just how you put information out there on social media, but how you actually have a meeting with a potential client, or what that response looks like and how you can leverage that. It just changed the game up for what the results were and who I was able to get and also it was reflective in my revenue goals. And so, to look back on my first time that I met with her and to say like, oh, my business is going to hit 6 figures in sales by the end of 2022, and to know that like I hit that within like 4 to 5 months of my business launching is a game changer.
Can we just give it up to Miss Callista for that? I know. Wait a minute.
Oh, I don't have my money gun.
Can we wait?
Let's look at hers.
I know you're looking for a money gun. I need a money gun. Hold on.
She didn't tell y'all she was in Hotlanta, so she got a money gun always ready.
Oh, not the gold.
I got one. I got it. But wait, it's not working. Why is it not working?
Did you put batteries in it?
Wait, did I? No, it's got the battery in it. See, this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. Wow, I promise it worked though. It worked the other day when I used it. I think the Munchkin was in here playing with it, and now it's jammed.
She would never tell.
I wouldn't either.
That's embarrassing, y'all.
It's okay. It's okay.
And now it's on video.
This is what happened.
It's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
It's a no judgment zone.
Let's pretend. Pretend it was like. Okay. Okay, so had y'all ever done a coaching program before?
No.
I was the serial like get the free coaches. That was just me.
There are free coaches?
Yes. I mean, they maybe will only meet with you for like an hour once a month or something like that. But I would sign up. I would look on Google, different organizations might have different ones. Like I would do that, but I think they more so were not wrapped around like the actual business entity and like structuring the business. It will more so be like coaching for Callista or maybe talking through a particular idea. But I don't feel like it really helped with like the day-to-day execution of I'm dealing with this particular issue this week and I don't have an appointment scheduled with this person until December. Well, what am I supposed to do from October until December? Because it's a lot of moving parts happening in between that time.
Right.
So I think that this really changed the game up because I have been in situations where I use free coaching services, whether it be I found it online or signed up for different programs that had mentors or, people that could mentor you or kind of coach you, but never was in a situation to really see it pull long term or get the consistency that I needed. And this was the first time that I ever invested in a business coach in my life.
Yeah. How did you all feel about being in a group like this? Because this was like, some people are like, well, I want the one-on-one, and this was a little bit different than that. So how did y'all feel about it being in a group setting?
I feel like it makes it easier because there were plenty of times where I'm like, I don't have a single question for today's coaching call, and I'm just going to come on here and wing it based off what somebody else asked. But it's like, I know that wasn't supposed to be the answer, but that's the answer.
Hey, we're keeping it real. Let's keep it real.
You know what to expect. So it would make it easier. And then it would also like times where people would ask questions that either you hadn't gotten to, like in your business. So it's like, oh, maybe Tasha's here and she's asking these kind of questions that I haven't got to. But then once I am there, it makes it easier for me to know a little preliminary information about how I should go about certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, it made me feel like I wasn't alone. Like some of the things I was going through, like I wasn't going through them by myself. And so I was like, whew, inside, I was like, whew, okay, so I'm not the only one who's struggling to do this or struggling to do that, or I'm not the only one who's like struggling with just trying to stay consistent, so, but even though it wasn't good, that nobody wasn't consistent, or a few times we wasn't, but I wasn't alone, because I'm like, okay, all right, so we need to get together overall and do this. I wasn't like outside, I wasn't a loner, and I felt the love. We were all encouraging. We all motivated each other. Like Ayana just said, like, it was competition, friendly competition, and so I love trying to win gift cards from Nikki. I'm like, I love a good friendly competition, so it was just really good to the other lady set a bar for me. And so a bar, a standard. And so I was like, okay, Tasha, when I get on a call, I didn't want to be the only one that didn't have something. And so I was like, that means I had to do what I needed to do, what I had to do within that next week. In them next 7 days, I need to be doing something. So when I get on a call, I'll have something to share with the other ladies on the platform.
Well, I'm glad you just said that, because one of the things that I loved about you guys is how much you leaned on each other and supported each other and pushed each other. And I wish Kelly was on here, because I think one of the things that really stood out to me about this group in particular is how y'all rallied around each other. If one person was going through something, and a lot of, when you think about a business group, most people go into it thinking like, oh, it's just going to be about business. But you guys, I think, really made it was more than that. Can y'all just talk about that a little bit? Like what that aspect of it has meant to you?
I think it's like a sisterhood. Both, Nikki and I, we're part of organizations, so social organizations. And so, you always have that sisterhood. And I'm all about, supporting others who, especially, I'm big on whoever supports me, I can support them and vice versa. And then when you get in this group and you see all these beautiful, strong Black women, it's like you feel that, I don't know, you just feel empowered, you just feel all of that. So you feel that sisterhood. And I always say we're magical. I truly believe that. I believe that we all are unicorns. And, I say that all the time. And so I just felt like we were a sisterhood. And so, like, I'll talk to my mom about it. I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting on a call with my sisters. She's like, what kind of sisters are you talking about, girl? I'm like, with my business, with my coaching, And so, like, I always talk about you guys all the time. And so I feel like I gain, with Kobe, Ayana, Kelly, Calista, I felt like I gained some more sisters, and we still talk outside of, we don't meet, but we still talk outside. Calista and I talk all the time. Ayana, we don't talk all the time, but I can comment on her post, or if I can inbox her, I know she's going to be there. And then, to see the personal lives, everything, I feel like we are all a part of each other's lives at this point. Like, you brought total strangers from different parts of the world together. And now, I feel like I have some forever sisters.
What was you guys' favorite part about this experience? I'm just curious.
I'm going to say moments where people doubted themselves, and then the whole, like, it would be like in unison, like everybody would give everybody the Nikki stare, like, girl, like, what are you talking about? Like,
what is the Nikki stare? What are you talking about?
One?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Y'all screenshot this.
Okay, yeah. I might possibly know that stare.
I screenshotted it for us. It's there.
Oh yeah, Nikki has like the death stare, guys. So everybody's on the next accelerator, or the next season 4, it's the death.
It just needs to be trademarked at this point.
Yes, yeah.
I'm working on. No, let me not even tell that lie. I was about to say I'm working on my faces, but I'm not.
No, oh no, there's no need. It's too late.
I'm not.
It's a part of who you are. Just be who you are.
Yeah, that's why we love you so much. We need the death stare. We need that tough love.
I just have the nice smiley faces. That's all.
Sure, let's go with that.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay. Moving on.
Right. Moving right along.
Anyone else want to share their favorite part?
I think just to top it off and what Tash was talking about, that community, I think lately, even closer to the end and most recently, like me and Ayana have touch points almost every week because we're kind of identical in different things that are happening in our business life, in our career life as well.
Oh, I
And
have
so
a
it's just,
surprise for you guys.
oh,
I got the house.
Yes!
Earnest money is in. Contracts are being signed.
that's me next. Me next.
Yes.
Yes, Jesus. Me next.
Yes,
Okay, one
homeowner.
house,
Yes, homeowner.
one new homeowner down, one more to go.
Yes.
And
Yes.
not just the house, but like a newly built
Yes.
house
Yes.
that you.
The one that I wanted at that.
Congratulations,
That's
Queen.
awesome. That is
Thanks, y'all.
awesome.
Sorry, y'all. That just got me.
Yeah, see, but these are the
After
moments.
I
This is what I
talked to-
love. These are the
After I
moments.
talked to a lender today,
Love it.
that just got me.
Yeah.
It's
So
coming.
fun.
It's coming. It's already done. It is already done.
Yes. Oh, and she's big on affirmations. Nikki's big on affirmations.
I've been putting everybody on the binaural beats also.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I done put like 5 people on this weekend alone.
Just go to sleep with them in your ear.
So I have to give the shout out to my coach because she told me about the binaurals. Shamika Tankerson is my coach and she told me about those. But they work. My daughter is even like she's like, Mom, are you listening to the voices again? I'm like, yes. They work. They work. All right. If there's anybody, what final words would you wait? Hold on, before I do that. I know what, like, you guys y'all know that we celebrate wins. Clearly, we celebrate around this piece. I'm curious to know what you feel like your biggest win has been throughout this process.
Like financial win or just
No,
win,
just
period?
because it can be any win. Like, what do you feel like your most significant win has been?
I feel like working with now being able to work with clients that align with who I am, what I like, where I want to go. Like before, not to say like the clients were bad, it was just like short projects or projects that didn't really align. Now it's like here.
I love that.
That like hit like right there.
Yeah.
I would say for myself, the biggest win would be kind of surpassing a goal like in a year financially. But I would say the other mirror of that would be kind of being in a space where you left, which I did leave a really bad kind of corporate experience before this and launching this particular brand. And so to realize that I'm in a position, I have the power back to know that I'm confident enough in my skill set and I understand the value of who I am and what my brand is and what I offer to my clients, and that I can choose whether or not I want to do business with someone or not. And understand that if, to your point, Ayana, if clients don't necessarily align with my values and also different things that I'm doing in the work that I'm doing to help them get to where they need to go, then that's okay. And so I think that sometimes when you're working for other people, you don't have a choice, right? Like, this is who you're working with, and like, you're on this project, this is what you're on, and you're working with this particular team. And I mean, all right, it's not working, but you're gonna have to make it work because this is your job. And so being in a position to choose and being okay with that choice that you've made is really a big, huge win. Because I feel in a much better state of mind with how I view myself. Because sometimes when you're working for other people, you can kind of get stripped of who you think that you are just because of nuances of just corporate and what that looks like. And you might not be as confident or represented in the most authentic self just because of different dynamics in the workplace. And so I definitely am like walking in a different aura that I know I didn't have before at the end of 2019, 2020.
Calista just said my story. Like, it's just like hashtag reclaiming my worth, hashtag reclaiming my dopeness, hashtag reclaiming my confidence. It was all of that. So like now, like you can't tell me nothing. So it's either you love me in all of this or you don't, you know? And so I just know how dope I am, you know, and Marche did a post about being arrogant. And I feel like I'm on the good side of being arrogant. That's how I feel. I know I'm dope. I know my worth. I know what I am. Am I like, like really like nasty with it? No, but I know what I can do. I know what I can provide. I know that I'm dope in my area. You know, if I can't do it, I'm like, hey, you know, I'll pass you on to someone else if I can't do it. But right here, this is me. I can do it. That's it. Like, that's it. And if you question me, I have an answer for you. Like, and I just love the confidence that I'm in. I love, like you said, I just ooze this like aura of like confidence, and nobody can burst my bubble. I like Nikki and I talk about this frequency. Like, I'm on this high frequency. Like, this is it. Like, when I die, like 80, when I'm 85, like I'm still gonna be the same person when I come back. I'm gonna still be saying this dope person when I come back. So yeah, so I had it, but you just scrape those layers off, you peel those layers back, and you're like, Tasha, it's always been here. You just have to, put your you had your defense. I mean, I was hurt, in so many different ways, or I didn't know what I wanted. And so I was lost. I felt like a lost child in the business world, and so once I found where I needed to go, and Nikki guided me to the light. And she kind of peeled back those layers, and I was just like, okay, Nikki, like, you about to unleash the beast, and so she's here. The beast is here.
Well, I love how all of y'all are like fully unleashed.
Oh yeah, that's
now. Last thing, for anybody who might watch this that is on the fence about whether or not to go through this process, to sign up for the accelerator and put themselves through this, what would you say to them?
Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. Because we can't read it. Look, we always like this.
Oh, that's cute.
So I have daily affirmations, and this one says, each day I learn and grow as a mother. And so I am a mother, physical mother, but I also feel like as a business owner, you're birthing something.
Mm-hmm.
And you're giving birth to something. You're nurturing that. You're giving birth to something. But even if you are a mother and you're working full time, or you're taking care of family members, or you are that particular person, like, you have to do something for you. And I think a lot of times as moms or as people, we sometimes, to your point, Tash, just say, I need to be this for this person or be this for that person. But if you put yourself to the side all the time, like, how can you grow? And so it's important to do that. So I think in the growth, those free coaches were great, but they did not work for me in terms of me being able to hit financial goals or to sustain as a business person.
We have on my soapbox because I feel like what you don't know, and you won't be able to know it unless you have that community of people. Like people always talk about like getting in the room and being surrounded by people, and it's like you have to figure out a way to foster that, and there's not many like organic opportunities that you have in that sense. And then also, I mean, no shade to like YouTube University, but it's like you're going to waste so much time trying to find free resources when you could have it like pay for it, have it packaged, have it customized to you compared to, okay, YouTube told me how to do X plus Y, but I need to know how to do C plus D. And now you're trying to finagle and configure things where you could just have someone who can guide you and help you along the way and cut out like 50 million mistakes, save you tons of money, save you tons of headache, tons of stress, meet new people. Like, come on, what?
Right. What are we thinking about?
Connecting. The math is mathing.
Wait, I'm taking that. The math is mathing.
The math
I love Ayana. I love it. I think for me, I did a quote this morning, or I did like a motivational, like a statement, and it says like working on yourself, sometimes it gets lonely, but always choose growth over company. Like if you want to grow, if you want to get to the next level, you have to first invest in yourself. And then you have to find somebody who's going to help you get there. You know, don't just invest in any Joe Schmo. You know, like I stalked Nikki for like 60 days, you know, before I set up an appointment. But you have to, like, it's you're going to be by yourself at times, you know, but it's going to get you to the next level, you know. And so I had to learn that for myself. Like it's just certain things I may not be able to do, and certain things I may not be able to go to. But is it going to get me to the next level? Yes. If it's not, then I can't do it. And so if you want to get to the next level, if you want to be the biggest, what Nikki say, the biggest, baddest, dopest person, like you're going to have to invest in the biggest, baddest, dopest coach. And that's Nikki. Hands down. Drop the mic. That's it. Drop the mic.
I love y'all.
The time is now.
Right. And she didn't pay us. She took our money. Well, she did. We invested in her. She is not paying us at all. Like nothing. Like, so listen, look, we got sister not pay us. I promise you. This is an unpaid advertisement.
I cannot with y'all.
Just in case
you knew exactly what you were getting when you got us.
Oh my gosh.
Right. She should have put a disclaimer out there. She put up an asterisk. These girls are like extra. Yeah.
So I did say in my stories that it was going to be some plum foolery with this group. Like, so I did give that caveat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
They should be prepared.
I just want to say how I'm not going to. Hold on.
Don't start crying, Nikki.
I'm not. Y'all know how easy it is. Stop it, Ayana. Quit it.
Y'all know I be loving it with Waterworks.
Oh my gosh, I'm not going to do it. I just want to say how much I appreciate y'all, how much I have loved and continue to love to watch the growth and evolution of each one of you, not even just with your businesses, but just personally with each one of you, seeing where you were when I first met you to where you are now. It's like seeing completely different women.
And in 12 months, literally in 12 months. For me, it's 12 months.
It is freaking amazing. It's freaking amazing. And I'm so excited to watch what your next chapter is going to be. And I'm just grateful that you let me be a part of it. So I want to go ahead and get your glasses. We're going to go ahead and in true Real Housewives style, we got to have a toast. So what are we toasting? Who wants to do it? Who wants to do a toast?
Not me. Why is my glass always different from you? I was like,
I know you got like the
I'm the
shimmery.
extra.
You were talking about you didn't have the sparkle on the up
That
here,
was
but
my
you got the
glass.
sparkle in the glass, ma'am. So
I think
does somebody
Callista
want to
should do
toast
this
or
though.
I
I'll
was
do
gonna
it?
say Callista should do it.
Yeah, look, see, we on the same page.
Really?
Callista should do it. Yeah. We know, like this
I think
initiation
Callista's the
in
most-
to come to the next season. Like since we
That's
did two,
right.
like,
Come on,
You gotta
newbie.
get initiated.
Okay. So we're toasting to sisterhood and 1%ers.
hey,
As Tash
That's-
always says, 1%ers.
yes.
Cheers.
Future 1%ers.
Clank, clank, clank.
Clink, clink.
Thank you all for coming on with this to me. I cannot talk and get my words out. I swear that's the only sip I've had. Thank y'all. I was about to say for coming on to me. That's not what I was trying to say. For coming on to do this with me this evening. That's a different group.
Yeah, different one.
Different program.
Late night after 12.
No, y'all know how much I love getting together with y'all, and we always have such a good time.
Yes.
So thank y'all again, and thank everybody. Thank y'all for joining us and cutting up with us a little bit tonight.
Yes.
So if you are interested in joining for the next cycle, the next season,
yes.
season 4 of the Branded and Booked Accelerator, we are enrolling, and you can join the party. We start November 1st, and we have some folks coming back.
Be square.
Yeah, we got some folks coming back for another season of it, another cycle, and we also have some new people joining us too. So I will drop the link for that, but you can also go to getbrandedandbooked.com to apply. That's getbrandedandbooked.com to apply. So
I like the voice change.
right?
Yeah.
See? That's it. So we're gonna go. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye. Toodles.
See you guys.